So you probably noticed I play traditional grip. And when I was a kid, anybody that played match grip, this may sound funny, but anybody that played match grip was considered unschooled. Anyone that took lessons played traditional grip in the 60s. And I think a lot of what we consider the jazz dialect evolved around things that were easy to execute with this grip. And maybe if the earliest drummers played this way, slightly different phrases would be the ones that we think of as cliches, because things are a little different this way with the weight of the stick on the hand. But that bouncing thing I was talking about here yielded certain kinds of phrases to become the cliches in the idiom. Now, by the time I was 16 or 17, Billy Cobham came on the scene, and he played this way, and he was obviously schooled. So I spent 5 or 6 months only practicing this way. And it seemed like my technique was more or less the same. However, when I played, certain phrases still felt better, more comfortable to me with traditional grip. Now, other phrases felt more comfortable to me with matched grip. But I had to make a kind of decision because I found myself paralyzed a little bit, having to decide which grip do I need for the thing I'm about to play. And that made me have to think too much ahead of time now. Do I need to be here or do I need to be here? And I didn't like that feeling. So what I just made a decision, since I have more years invested in this, I'm going to play this way, unless the music tells me it needs this, or this, or this. If the music tells me that's what I need to do, then I'm going to do that. But I really only practice this way. And just to kind of continue the story and maybe create some controversy, I've noticed that people that play this way have about 80% of this without ever practicing it. But people that play this way have very little when they play this way. So, you know, if I'm going to live to be 150 years old, I've got time to practice both of them. But since this one almost gives me all of this for free, then I'm going to stick with this. And in a way, it's the same way with the bass drum pedal. People that play flat-footed have decent heel up without ever practicing it. But people that play heel up have almost nothing when they play flat-footed. So if one gives me most of the other, I'm going to focus on that. And as a jazz drummer, the sound I get playing flat-footed, or let me say, it's easier for me to get the kind of sound I want consistently playing flat-footed than playing heel up. So I think traditional grip and flat-footed have been assets for me. The main thing is that you don't want to have a question about which way you should do it. Pick one and then capture the sound of the music you want to play. Get your hands to move in the way you need them, your foot to move in the way you need them, to capture the sound of the music you want. The drum doesn't know which way you're holding the left stick. It does know what angle you're striking it from, but it doesn't know if I'm holding it this way or this way. It just knows that that has a certain amount of wood in contact. Whereas if I'm here, it's another type of sound. It's based more on the angle rather than the grip. That's what changes the sound. So experiment with it, but find one that is yours so you don't have this lingering questions. Well, I'm playing triplet fill, so I want to play this way. Oh, now I'm playing a 16th note fill, and I want to play it this way. That's really confusing and I think counterproductive.